Hey, what's up, everybody? It's the 11th of May, 2025, and, yeah, getting back into Skyrim. Oh boy, I hope everybody had themselves a nice Mother's Day. Got to have a decent one, spend time with, Mom. Played a little bit of Scrabble. Kiba won, by like one frickin' point. Alright, so I'm going to be doing a new playthrough using a shitload of mods. Okay. First thing we gotta do is we gotta pick our race. Gonna be playing as a Lykaios. Uh, what? Okay. I get it. Because, I have Alt set to dodge. He rolls every time, but he rolls in place, so... Okay. Why do they have the facial points? Okay, I'm gonna reduce the jaw width and the height. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we're gonna go with yellow eyes. Not no, not trying to play as a black wolf, but need to find... What's it? Hey, Fusion Sean. Yeah, I'm trying to find a specific... Huh. Was it an overlay tattoo? Oh no. Wait, was it that? Couldn't be that. Give me 1 second. I need to check to see if this wasn't an overlay that I got. Let's see. Could have been an overlay. That's the damn thing. I can't remember if it was an overlay. You know what? Actually, maybe it wasn't. Actually, I think I'm on the right track here. Let me see. If it was... Okay, so if it was that... It had to do with this. This was part of it. There it is. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, that's what it looked like. Close to it, at least. Skin tone. It's a bit darker. Although the hairstyle was a bit different. Yeah, so what I was trying to do, I'm basically trying to get this appearance here. This is my Lykaios Spellsword character. So he's going to need a bit of a thicker muzzle. That's what I'm trying to go for. Okay. So to that end, we're going to need... Yeah, I think this is good. This'll do. The idea is that I called him Corvus because his facial marking kind of looks like a raven in mid-flight. So yeah, got that. I wish I could kind of give him like a little bit more of a consistent underpelt that kind of connects with the rest of the face, but I'll take what I can get, you know. Okay, now we need the... Hey, good to see you, Jackal. Oh, you know what? I think I did forget. Wait, no. Maybe I didn't forget. No. Face paint, foot paint, hand paint, body paint. Wait, did I not? Oh, no. Does he not have any body paint? Oh, that would... Well, that's no good. Oh, what I could probably do, though, I can save this as a preset. And then I can just download a body overlay of my own choosing. It might not matter all that much. Have ever thought of playing Okami? I have. I played it like a long time ago, but I've never owned it, so I don't even remember how to play it. But my little brother does have it on Switch, and I'm sure he would not object to me borrowing it if I asked. But yeah, I might consider playing that in the future. Hmm. Nah, we'll leave him without a beard. Yeah, that way it's a matching color. There we go. I could give him something more than just a smooth face. Shit. What do you think? This is about this or this? So the mutton chops or without the mutton chops? I feel like the mutton chops are a little too much. Oh wait, but if I do this... then they don't look... then it doesn't look too out of place. Yeah, I think I'll do it this way. Okay. Your name is Corvus, but do I give him a last name? Without looks better unless you can color them. You can, but it has to... you only have two options. You either have it dark, in which case it tints, but it doesn't tint well. A no tint option. Yeah. And a light tint option. Yeah, I think I'll just go with this then, and then I think if I... so I don't want to do this. I don't want to give him like the raccoon face. Okay, hold on. You will have to excuse me. I have very limited space on my desk right now, since I was kind of moving stuff. Okay, 1 second. There we go. That's more of an Imperial thing. I guess that's true, yeah. That's great, my Microsoft Edge, except that you are not my browser. I don't ever use you. Nobody uses you. Okay, I take that back. That was mean. I shouldn't be so mean. Yes, Microsoft Edge people use you. Once. To download either Chrome, or Opera, or Firefox. And that's it. Yeah, we'll do that. Sorry, I am opening up DMs on... oh. Oh no. Oh gosh, what is this? Fusion Sean, you can't just do stuff like this. Let's see. What is this? Okay, we'll copy that. I don't have Steam on this thing, do I? I mean, even if I did, what would I even play? Okay. Okay, here we go. Steam and... what the hell? Yes. 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 Login. And of course use the thing in order to actually get the thing. Yes, yes, I know. Yes, approve. Oh hey, I got a bunch of new cards for Oblivion. That's fun. Okay, Steam is being updated, and that's on the laptop. Yeah, I think we'll go with these eyes. Your name is Corvus. Oh yeah. I mean, if you're gonna be a magic user, you should have some like very magical hair. I already have like a basic backstory to this character. Partly inspired by the story that Lovaron had me write for him, the commission basically. The idea being that the Lykaios tribes have basically been scattered from Cyrodiil, and they're going to any corner of the of all of Tamriel just to avoid the the Altmeri Dominion and their pogroms. So he's just trying to survive. He's trying to get away from everybody, and hopefully in the process, maybe even form his own tribe. Okay, what's this? Activation successful. I have Okami HD. Thank you, Fusion Sean. Thanks for the oh, thank you. That's really nice, dude. All right, I gotta give up. I gotta do something. I have to do something nice. Oh gosh, what do I do? lone Awu searching for their way in the world. So the way that I figure it is that Lykaios are like any other tribe. They have their prophecies and superstitions, and in particular, if you happen to have the symbol of the raven on any part of your pelt, even if that's your face, that means that you're destined for great things. But that also means that if you're destined for great things, your tribe's going to be overprotective of you. Your parents are like not going to let you go out hunting. They're not going to let you become a warrior. So what do? Well, you learn the next best thing. You know that if you can't go hunting, if you're going to be like a leader of a tribe because people think that you're going to do things amazing in the future, you study magic. It's a fun game, very Zelda-like. I've seen it. I've seen it. I've played it before. It's basically it's an action. I don't want to say platformer, but basically you are the goddess Amaterasu, and you repaint the world. I'm paraphrasing. That's like a gross reduction, but yeah, it is what it. What are these splotches on your face? Uh-oh. Hold on. He had some splotches on his face, and I wasn't quite sure what was causing it. Oh, okay, never mind. That's just he's getting dirty, that's all. That's a dirt overlay that's working on him. You can see very much where Twilight Princess got some of their inspiration with Wolf Link. I mean, there's a reason why they get paired up so much in art, in furry art, which I don't mind in the least. I think it's cute. It's cute pairing. If only I could reduce this input lag somehow. Let's see. Skyrim, reduce input lag. Oh no, I already saved. I already saved the preset. I understand what's causing the splotching though. I have a dirt overlay, which basically anytime that I'm in a location like this or a dusty cave or a ruin, over time my character will slowly get dirty, and the only way to clean that is to go jump in a river and bathe.
Approach, my child, and choose where your new life shall begin.
Okay, so I escaped Cyrodiil in order to study magic. So I need to get myself to the College of Winterhold. But I don't want to start at the College of Winterhold. I want to get close to it.
Which city did you sail to?
Well, there's only 3. I mean, I could start at Raven Rock, but I don't want to. Okay. In order to avoid being in order in order to avoid being tracked by the Altmeri Dominion, I had to go somewhere that wasn't Imperial aligned. But I didn't want to stop in Windhelm because Windhelm is racist. Dawnstar seems like the perfect stopping point.
A life filled with opportunity awaits you, traveler.
I need... somehow I gotta fix this. Most denizens of Tamriel are religious. You may choose to follow a deity, receiving a minor blessing and learning about their sacred tenets. Master the skills of the mage, strive to raise your magicka, never openly break the laws of Skyrim.
If you don't mind me saying, working tomorrow. Go home.
Never. Not until we turn this mine around, drive Baytild out of business, and force her to apologize to me for everything she's done.
What is this feud you have with your wife? What started this?
I don't want to talk about it.
You don't want to talk about it, or you don't know?
I don't want to talk about it.
So he doesn't know. Man, Dawnstar's looking so much better now. Alright, what do I have? Well, I have to select a class. Welcome to Classic Classes and Birth Signs Reimagined. To choose from the traditional professions of Tamriel, select Classic Classes. To create a custom class, select Custom Class. To proceed to birth signs without choosing a class, select No Class. Be warned, this decision is final. Okay, so let's select an attribute bonus. I think 20 health will help here, yes. I have to choose 6 major skills. Each skill you choose will gain a plus 20 bonus, which is important because right now all of my skills should be at a 1. Yeah, I don't... First of all, the Helgen start does not really work well with a lot of race mods, Plus, the way that I want to do this requires me to avoid the main quest for a good long while. So, alright, so magic skills. We want alteration, destruction. For combat skills, we want one-handed. Okay, what else should I do? We got alteration and destruction. We'll do restoration and speech. Okay, so we need to choose an ability. We can choose between attribute abilities, weapon abilities, armor abilities, magic abilities, guile abilities, or enemy abilities. So let's work our way back. I can do plus 25 damage to dragons or undead, which includes vampires. Guile abilities, plus 20 persuasion, 10% sneak, 50% resistance to poisons, 15% buying and selling, 10% speed, 75% negative fall damage. Magic abilities, 10 illusion, 10 restoration, 10 destruction, 10 spell power, and one-handed damage while using both. A 50% summon or reanimation duration. 20% armor, light armor rating, heavy armor rating, or negative 20% physical damage when you're unarmored, which can actually be pretty good. %, with a one-handed while using a free hand. So basically a dueling stance. I'm going to actually go for the 50% Magicka regen for a very special reason. Okay, birth signs. %, more damage with all melee weapons. Regenerate health and magicka 25% more quickly. That could be good. You recover health 100% faster, but are 10% more vulnerable to fire. This could be really good on werewolf type characters, which this character will eventually become one. Okay, these are just signs. These are not, these are not standing stones. So I can actually pick a standing stone after this. Picking the Atronach here as a sign does not stop my magicka regeneration. It just gives me the 10% absorption chance. The lady's season is Hearthfire. Those born under the sign of the lady are kind and tolerant, and their kindness to others often provides them with a sense of quiet contentment. I think this will fit with this character. He's a good boy. He's not going to get into any trouble. He's just here to help people. And himself, but... Okay, but how much gold do I have to my name? I have 64 gold. To any brave soul who finds this note, I've uncovered an unholy and twisted practice of magic at the College of Winterhold. It was during a late-night walk to clear my mind that the wind suddenly shifted, and a flash of light illuminated the night, and a stench of seared flesh hung in the air. I looked around and found a hooded man kneeling over a prisoner, bound and gagged. The man raised his hand, and the prisoner gave off a muffled scream, his life seemingly being siphoned out of him. The screams faded into the night, and the prisoner collapsed, breathing his last. Looking over to the man in horror, I saw something that I've never, in all my time studying magic, witnessed. The last of the prisoner's life force had not left this plane, but was preserved, coalesced into the man's hand as if it were a spell itself. What I had seen so far terrified me, but what followed shook me to my very core. Channeling the energy now present in the man's hand, he released tendrils of lightning into the remains of his victim. They have seemed like barbaric sadism at the time, but it was much worse. The life forced into the body did not burn its skin, but rather fused with it. Previously tortured and killed, the prisoner rose again, a mindless thrall of his murderer. The rest of the night remains a blur in my memories. I ran as fast as my legs could carry until I could no longer see the towering walls of my former home. My last glimpse of the hooded man giving me a hint to the source of this demonic power. Carried in his other hand was a tome adorned with draconic ruins, the likes of which I'm sure I've never laid eyes on during my many years of study within the college library. To my knowledge, only one other source of draconic literature exists, High Hrothgar. My plea to you is this: locate the origins of this power and end this perversion of magic once and for all. A former apprentice of the college. Sounds promising, actually. Okay, so I need to make my way to Winterhold. That's going to be a long trek. Oh shoot, I never actually got the map of the roads. It would be dangerous for me to go out without any preparation. Whoa, excuse me. Uh-oh. Well, looks like I need to...
Divine sake, Skald. Who do you think we're threatening with our old war wounds? We're not soldiers anymore.
Your man Ulrich is wearing his old Legion armor. What should I make of that?
He's proud of his service, Skald. The Legion taught us loyalty, and we're loyal to Dawnstar.
This isn't over. I catch you sending one letter to General Tullius. I'll have you both executed.
Okay, what is he wearing? Alright, I need to fix that mod. That has to be Legion armor of some sort. Okay, here, let me see. Legion. Oh, new Legion base. Yeah, from Nord UA. Ah, okay. I get it. I see what I didn't do. There's a texture pack that's supposed to go with the, wait, it should be there. Okay. I get it. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. All right, there we go. That's all it really needed. Here we go. Growl Werebeasts of Skyrim. Race compatibility takes precedence over, okay. You've already installed race compatibility. Okay. Open in File Manager. Okay. I just need to delete the player werewolf change script pex, which is basically just it's a script that will run. Okay. And then deploy mods. It'll detect a change. I can confirm. So what sort of mods am I using? Okay. This is another reason why, it was okay for me to break out. I got, holy crap, a lot. I have CBBE, which is Caliente's better. It's basically just a body mod. It's Caliente's body mod, basically. Achieve that, which, oh god, am I really gonna have to go through all these? Achieve that activates a. It doesn't activate achievements. It has a system that allows you to earn points based on a list of in-game achievements, not actual achievements that you would gain through Steam or like Xbox or trophies on PlayStation. It's basically just a list of things that you can fill out, and you will get points for it. You can use those points and spend them for whatever, right? actor limit fix makes it so that the game runs smoothly even if there's like a lot of actors in a cell. Let's see, what do we got? All Thieves Guild jobs concurrently. It allows me to do all of the Thieves Guild jobs at once if I want to, instead of just doing them one by one. Hey, what's up, Lieutenant Sniper? Good to see you, dude. Animation Motion Revolution. Apocalypse adds a bunch of new spells. Arena, an encounter zone overhaul. Basically makes it so that the game is still a bit hard. Here, I'll go ahead and okay, so this one's actually a little bit important, so we'll go over it and we'll use the page's description to talk about what it does. Okay, so encounter zones are unfortunately a bit technical, so to explain what Arena does, we need to explain how the game populates its dungeons. So an encounter zone is essentially a set of rules that allow the game to determine what enemies it will populate a dungeon with. The encounter zone that controls Bleak Falls Barrow, for instance, has a range of 6 to 20. When you enter a dungeon for the first time, the game will dynamically set the level of the dungeon as close as it can to your level, within the range provided by the encounter zone. Again, Bleak Falls Barrow goes from 6 to 20. So if you enter Bleak Falls Barrow at level 2, the dungeon will be set to level 6. If you enter Bleak Falls Barrow at level 15, it will be set to 15. And if you enter Bleak Falls Barrow at level 35, the dungeon will be set to 20. And once the game determines what level the dungeon is, it can begin populating the dungeon with enemies, which is controlled by the level actor multiplier. It's a second set of rules that determine how the game will populate a dungeon. There are actually 4 different leveled actor multipliers, one for easy enemies, one for normal enemies, one for hard enemies, one for very hard enemies. Without these 4 multipliers, dungeons would be filled with the same kind of enemy. In our earlier example, we said that if you enter Bleak Falls Barrow at level 2, the dungeon would be set to level 6. So when you walk into the dungeon, even though it's at level 6, almost every enemy would be a level 1 Draugr. That's because most spawns are flagged as easy enemies, so a few enemies would be level 6 Restless Draugr because those spawns are flagged as hard enemies, and the boss would be a level 7 Draugr because he's flagged as a very hard enemy. So the level actor multiplier is what populates the dungeon with enemies of different levels, providing the player with a more varied experience. In addition, some leveled actor multipliers follow specific rules. So the easy multiplier takes any enemy up to or below its chosen enemy, and very hard multiplier will always pick the next enemy up from hard, even if it has to go higher than the multiplier would normally allow. So a level list is a list of entries broken down by level. They're used for many things in the game. In this context, they're for a list of enemies. Level list for a Draugr spawn might include a Draugr at level 1, a Restless Draugr at level 6, a Draugr White at 13, Draugr Scourge at 21, so on and so forth. Important thing to understand here is that level list stops with the Draugr Deathlord at level 40. The game decides which enemies to pull from the level list based on the rules set in the encounter zone and level actor multipliers. Changing those will change what enemies the game spawns, but will not add new enemies to the game. And this means that each enemy type has a natural ceiling for how high it can scale. In this case, you'd only get no matter how high you get, the Draugr Deathlord will only be at level 40. So what this mod actually does is that it increases the leveled actor multiplier, so you'll see higher level enemies earlier. In vanilla, these levels were extremely low. Easy enemies were set to 1/3 of the dungeon level, and combined with low ceilings on encounter zones, it meant that you were still encountering a lot of level 1 Draugr at level 40 and above. In Arena, the levels are higher. Easy and normal enemies will be closer to your level, and hard and very hard enemies will be much higher than your level, which will introduce an extra level of difficulty into the game. So it's actually it boils down to it not actually being that script intensive. All it does is what the game is doing anyways, just changes a couple of variables so that the game is harder. As an example. So that's important. Okay, but the big one here is actually Spell Siphon, and in order to show you what Spell Siphon does, I have to play the game. So let's get into it. If it will play. There it goes. And I am using an alternate start mod. like I said earlier, because unfortunately the Helgen does not play well with custom races. Or certain skeleton mods even. Okay, we'll check on... Yep.
I wasn't born in Skyrim, but when I served in the Legion, this land became my home.
His armor is now working. He is no longer pink and textureless.
Move it, move it!
Go to mod configuration real quick. I need to go to TK dodge because it's doing double tap input, which I don't want. Oh wow, this early? About 4 enemies? Don't worry, I'll help you, Santa. Oh wow, you guys are level 6.
You can take me?
No sir, I don't think I can take you at all. That's why I'm running. That's racist. Please help me, Dawnstar guards. What? Ah. Ah. Ow. Right. I have spell learning on. Let me set that. Let me see. First of all, TK dodge. Make sure. Yep. Okay. Here's another one. Equipment restriction. So, here's the thing. It makes no sense that somebody who is at level 0 should be able to handle, who has like level 5 in, it makes no sense that somebody with a level 5 in one-handed should be able to use a ebony dagger or an ebony short sword, right? It would be no fair. So what this does is that it binds your ability to use specific weapons to different material types. For example, if I were to wear light armor, I could only wear hide armor, and it would work well. But if I tried to wear glass armor as I am right now, it wouldn't work. Well, I mean, it would work. I could wear it, but there'd be some penalties like speed. It wouldn't, or maybe it won't defend me as well as I might like. So, okay, but where's the here it is. Diversified spell learning. Okay. So, see what I was saying? I mean, they're not going to be level 1 anymore. They might actually be at a higher level, in which case I'm going to have to be careful.
You never talk much about yourself. I swear, these past 30 years, you've been at my side in everything I've cared.
Well, I think the best thing I can do is start working in the mines. Just get to work and, you know, hopefully I can make something of myself. Oh, well, the air is warm in here, so that's nice. If I can get a pickaxe and start chipping away. There we go. Gotta make that money if I'm gonna buy my way to a carriage that'll take me to College of Winterhold.
Be careful.
If only I had magical mining. Actually, that is a mod that I probably should have picked up.
Be careful.
Yeah, we got a run. Got an amethyst out of that. My skills are all at one except for any skills that I naturally am good at. So restoration is one, one hand is another, light armor, and illusion actually. Not sure why Lykaios would be skilled in illusion, but hey, take it I guess. Can we get a torch here? Oh, I could use that woodcutter's axe too. Alright, we're just working here long enough so that we can get some coin. Get a little bit.
Hey, someone had to take it, right?
Well, I mean, it was just laying there, of course. I'm not going to apologize. It's the kind of game where if it's not tied down, finders keepers, losers can kiss my ass.
Don't do that.
Don't tell me what to do. I need to mine this shit. Okay, that's all the ore veins here. Gonna need supplies. Gonna need something warm.
get any rest soon, I'll count myself richer than a king.
Get away from me, Shady Sam.
What is it? I haven't had much sleep.
Why not?
It's these nightmares. Me and every one of my workers can't catch a nod without having one. They're almost real. They say a priest of Mara has arrived in town. We'll see if faith can cure this curse. I'll buy everything you've dug up.
15 silver, quicksilver ore for 120 coins. Not bad. So who runs Dawnstar?
That would be Skald the Elder. He's been running Dawnstar ever since he was a boy. And he never lost that brat's attitude. Turned on the Empire first chance he got. Now we're all part of this rebellion. If you don't mind digging, I own the Quicksilver Mine. It's a better life than working in that damned Ironbreaker mine with all those milk traders. Now if you'll excuse me.
Well, at least it was nice enough to let me work there before I asked him. No questions asked. Hey, you got ore? I'll take it. I do have a couple of economy mods too, so things are not going to be cheap. But in fact, they're going to be quite expensive.
God, I'm so tired.
Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
Corundum. Crossbow's a little too out of my, Oh, I could get a battle axe, though. Nah.
We forge every day if you need anything.
Okay. Oh. Huh, leather strips and leather. That's all I really need. Well, the leather's going to be hard to come by.
Seems like no one is getting a decent night's rest in Dawnstar, stranger. Best buy your steel and move on.
You're in charge of this forge.
My wife Saren and I run it together. She's still Smith's even though we found out she is with child. Our son or daughter isn't going to get much Redguard culture here in Skyrim. I know my wife worries how she will pass along her traditions. Hey, if you find a book called Night Falls on Sentinel, could you bring it to me? It's a story from my wife's people. Be good to have.
Well, if I happen to see it, I could try bringing it to you.
Good on you. Looking to protect yourself? Or deal some damage?
Yeah, he does not have much in terms of leather. But I'm gonna need a backpack too.
Come back if you need steel.
It's gonna be a slow burn trying to get my my bearings. I'm not gonna go into any dungeons and come out with treasure, but if I do this right, whoa. Wait, what? Uh-oh. The wolves are invisible. Shit. That's not good. They're only going to show up when they're skinned. Damn it. Oh, boy. Okay, we got a problem here. Was it diverse, true wolves and dogs? Let's see, Skyrim. No, not invisible. Not invincible. Invisible. God damn it. Okay, is it something having to do with hunting? Okay. What would be creatures? Convenient horses, diverse true wolves and dogs, bats, frogs, your enemy, pigeons. Even if this works though, I'm gonna have to restart. I guess it was a good idea for me to try this on a Monday. Hey, what's up, Don? Or Sunday, rather. Well, I guess time will tell if that was a good idea. Yeah, just do it. There they are. I'll save you, Santa. Okay. Unfortunately, it does that, which does not make me feel comfortable at all. Okay, maybe there's a way I can disable that. I think it has to do with symbol hunting. Okay, so I found out the bug, and I fixed it, so that's good. Give me 1 second. I need to step away. I need to grab something real quick. And what I really need to grab is just an extra piece of tiramisu. And some water. But I will be right back, and when I do, we will continue playing some Skyrim, modded Skyrim. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few minutes. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. Okay. Let's hop right back into it. It's not a great sign. Come on. There we go. Sorry this is taking a while, you guys. It's just, it's one of those nights, I guess. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna have to start. Oh, right. Okay, hold on. I need to double check to see which one is. Simple Hunting Overhaul. Okay. Again, sorry this is taking a while. Okay, at least this doesn't take a while. Okay, Dine Dulad initialized, Wildcat is reawakened, MCM detects 42 new menus, plus another 4. Plus another 1. Apocalypse items added to the world. Just gotta give this a little bit of time so it can do its thing. Oh god, I'm doing that paranoid thing where it's like, I forgot something, didn't I? Hold on. Growl, mortal enemies patch, tweaks. Here, compatibility. diverse werewolf collection, right? Okay, yeah, this is the one I needed. 15 bugs. Okay. So, how have your guys' weekend been, or Mother's Day even? Hope you guys have been comfortable. You're doing okay. All right so far. Good. Good. Oh boy. Anybody do anything? Anybody do anything interesting for Mother's Day at all? Install those. Okay, for the player replacer, we are going to want number 11. We're going to want number 11 eyes. And the number 3 mouth. Here we go. Couldn't spend most of the day working. Ah, gotcha. Okay, enable all of those. Okay, and save those. Okay, good enough. Looks like we got everything. And I had all of that working in the background, installing mods while the game is running. It's not going to break anything, but typically you don't do that if you're going to continue the game. There are exceptions, though. Especially if you're trying to play test something and you need the you need the information right then and there. Okay, new game again. So just in case you're wondering, yes, this is how modding is actually done. Set your mods up, and then you realize you forgot something, and it's gonna be broken. And so you restart. There we go. Alright. Attempt number 89 or whatever. I'm trying to parse what you're saying, Don. I'm not quite sure what you're referring to. Attempt number 1,658,998,001. Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Okay, dodge. I like mods because I like tailoring. I like tailoring my experience to the game, and actually, it's gotten to a point where sometimes you play without mods and it's buggier than if you played with mods. Lighter, Lycon, and Jane from Zenless. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure what you were talking about, but now I got it. Dynamic activation key. Deadly dragons. We don't need to worry about that yet. Activation key, Dyndalon. Faster and faster SMP. Know your enemy. One with nature.
Approach, my child, and choose where your new life shall begin. A life filled with opportunity awaits you, traveler.
Okay.
What is it? It's these... They're almost... real. That would be Skald the Elder. He's been running Dawnstar ever since he was a boy. And he never lost that brat's attitude. Turned on the Empire first chance he got. Now we're all part of this rebellion. If you don't mind digging, I own the Quicksilver Mine. It's a better life than working in that damned Ironbreaker mine with all those milk drinkers. Until next time.
Hi there.
Alright. Select class. What did I pick for the last one? I guess I could do archery. Be a very balanced character. 2 combat skills, 2 stealth skills, and 2 magic skills. Do I really want to do that though? I'll do restoration. Okay, attribute abilities, magic regen, yes. Birth sign, birth signs, go with the lady.
Don't do that.
Okay, get as much of this of this ore as I can, and then sell it.
Hey, watch it!
Yeah, nothing to worry about unless they get like right up close to me. Last time I was able to get 15 ore.
Plenty of quicksilver to dig.
Hey,
Is it really? I think that was it, yeah.
Mining is an honest trade. No real tricks to it.
I mean, I beg to differ. I'm pretty sure there are tricks to mining. Pretty sure the biggest trick is send the bird in first, and if it dies, don't go in there. And if you don't have a bird, send in an Argonian, because that's about the closest thing. And, well, Nords aren't going to treat them any better than that, are they?
If I get any rest soon, I'll count myself richer than a king.
What is it? I'll buy everything you've dug up.
120 septims.
Now, if you'll excuse me.
Okay, I need to make some armor. The only way I'm going to be able to make armor is if I can get some leather. The only way I'm going to get leather is if I hunt some animals. Huh, wanted me to learn lightning before anything else. Just saying, a little bit of fire wouldn't go amiss. Okay, we'll save here. Shouldn't this be showing up? I guess not.
Well, hello.
What's up, Santa?
Take a look. Until next time.
The best I can do is... It's not pleasant, but unfortunately, it's gonna go to waste if I don't. I mean, just bear in mind, I did not kill them, but I'm not gonna let them go to waste. That would just be dishonorable.
Divine sake, Skald. Who do you think we're threatening with our old war wounds? We're not soldiers anymore.
Your man Horik is wearing his old Legion armor. What should I make of that?
He's proud of his service, Skald. The Legion taught us loyalty, and we're loyal to Dawnstar.
This isn't over. I catch you sending one letter to General Tullius. I'll have you both executed.
Are you all right? You seem tired.
I'm fine, Horik. Are you worried about this war?
No. If we must fight, we will. And you will lead us to victory, as you always have.
With you by my side. Is that right, Horik?
Of course. I would have it no other way.
So much for old soldiers settling down to a life of luxury, eh?
And she's lucky to have someone as loyal as him. I would really love to be able to use this lady. Thank you. I need 4 leather strips, and I don't think they have that much on hand. I'd be lucky.
Seems like no one is getting a decent night's rest in Dawnstar, stranger. My wife Sarah and I run it together. She's still Smith's even though we found out she is with child. Our son or daughter isn't going to get much Redguard culture here in Skyrim. I know my wife worries how she will pass along her traditions. Hey, if you find a book called Night Falls on Sentinel, could you bring it to me? It's a story from my wife's people. Be good to have. Good on you. The finest weapons and armor.
Okay, this time he actually has some stuff.
Come I'm back if you need steel.
Uh-oh, what's the difference between the two, though? Shit. One might be SMP and the other one might be not SMP.
Rustlife, I've been wondering.
That's some
Maybe
good
after
armor
the
you
baby
put
is
together.
born, we should move to Hammerfell.
There we go. Oh, yeah. That's a Wandering Mage's armor right there. Look at those physics.
God, I'm so tired.
Okay, I don't think I'm ready to just go traipsing off, south and then head west.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. Think I got a clean mug around here somewhere.
Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came riding to Whiterun from...
I envy you travelers. Dreams aren't affecting anyone not from here.
Can I make a request?
Sure, what can I do for you?
Give it a rest.
Sure, my voice could use a rest.
Need a room? Don't worry. Nightmares don't seem to happen for travelers.
Yeah, I'd like to rent a room for the night.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day. Let's sate that appetite, huh? I'll show you to your room. Right this way. Let me know if there's anything else you need.
So just curious, how's been your writing? It's been going all right, actually. But the trick is that I've been having to swap between different projects to kind of keep myself entertained. And once I find something that I latch onto, I start, once I latch onto something that interests me, like at that moment, I try to keep the flow going for as long as I can. Okay, this will still be here for me tonight. So if I want to do a little bit of adventuring before I turn in. Cute. No, the game did not crash. I had to alt-tab because somebody messaged me. You know what? Yeah, I think I'm good for tonight. I gotta set this up, you know, anyway, and yeah. I'll try to pick it up tomorrow, starting around about 4. So I hope to see you guys there. You guys take care of yourselves. Have a great night, and I'll see you guys next time.